What's up, everybody? It's Aaron Decker here, back again with another Panthers video. And I start off every one by saying, what up, dude? This is a necessary bluntness sports talk where I give recap and analysis of the NFL, and more particular, the Panthers. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button if you have not, and hit the bell icon. That way you don't miss any videos or any live streams I do on post game or any live streams on Wednesdays when I go live and we talk about the whole league. So if you want to make sure you stay up to date on all that, hit the subscribe button, the bell icon, and don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. But today we got Panthers news the day after a game. And the first thing we're going to talk about is with the trade deadline looming, should the Panthers make a move for a tight end? You know what I'm saying? They have very little production from their two tight ends thus far between Ian Thomas and Chris Manhertz. So between the two of these guys, they only have about 12 catches on the year and not even 85 yards total. So you're getting very, very little production from the tight end spot, and that is something that could be big. And of course, we've heard rumors that guys like David Njoku in Cleveland and Evan Engram up in New York from the Giants is rumored to be possibly eligible to be traded around. And maybe even OJ Howard down from the Bucks. Who knows what could happen? But should the Panthers go ahead and make that move to get a guy in the middle? I say you should definitely explore the opportunity and see what the deal is, because maybe you can talk to Dave Gettleman. Dave Gettleman up in New York for the Giants used to coach the Panthers. You know what I'm saying? He's made bad deals before. We've seen that firsthand. Maybe you get rid of a guy like KK Short. You know what I'm saying? KK Short has a big-time contract, but he was actually drafted by Dave Gettleman. So Dave Gettleman likes his interior lineman. This is a guy that he drafted before, so he paid him before. So maybe he'd be willing to take him back, maybe for a player-for-player trade. If it's anything else besides that, including draft picks, I say no. The Panthers, they're not in a win-now position. Now, if you're the Tampa Bay Bucks, and you're one or two players away, you feel like, from solidifying a Super Bowl, you do that. The Panthers, they're overachieving. Yes, the division looks like it is in range, but we're overachieving right now. Like I said, you didn't think you were going to be here. This wasn't really part of the plan. It's great to see us having success, but don't mortgage the future with draft picks just for a tight end, for a position that, okay, yeah, you do need it, but at the same time, those picks are a lot more valuable because you have guys that you need, like middle linebacker and cornerback, that are major holes on this defense that we're going to need to fill with young talent. But a tight end definitely would be nice. Don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? A lot of our receivers aren't big bodied. Some of them are miniature, pretty skinny and slim. They're finesse, speed guys, which is cool. It works good. But some of the struggles in the red zone may have to do with us not having a big target like a tight end that can open up the middle of the field. You know what I'm saying? Teddy Bridgewater can maybe have a soft security blanket right in the middle to throw it to that can make our red zone offense a little bit better. Somebody that can actually get physical down closer to the goal line. So a tight end, a nice physical tight end would be good. Or we could just use the guys we have on our roster. You know what I'm saying? It just comes more of you scheming stuff to get those guys involved. I know there's only one football and we have a good amount of playmakers, but I think there's definitely room for a tight end, especially when it comes to the red zone where you need bigger bodies. So the headline coming out on Monday from practice was that Christian McCaffrey made an appearance at practice. And the ESPN sent me a notification and came back and said, correction, Christian McCaffrey was at practice, but he did not participate in practice. Now, you may be confused about what this means, but coming back from an injury is just the first step. You know what I'm saying? Before, Christian McCaffrey most likely was doing rehab pretty much all day when the guys were at practice, so he doesn't really show his face out there because there's no really any point of him being out there if he's wearing a boot and just standing on it all day. Now, he may be out of the boot and close to a return. I don't know that Matt Rhule wasn't really clear on if Christian McCaffrey would be ready for Thursday's game against the Atlanta Falcons because it's a short week. He didn't give much information, like I said, after Monday, but we'll get a clearer picture as the week goes on. My prediction is he misses this Thursday game. You know what I'm saying? It's the Falcons, and we beat him without Christian McCaffrey before. It's possible we could do it again. You don't want to force it. I know you want to get your money's worth out of this guy because he's your best player on the team, but at the same time, you want to protect that investment and don't force it. If he misses one more game against the Falcons, we'll have 10 days rest before the next game when we play the defending Super Bowl champs, the Kansas City Chiefs, where we may need a big-time guy like him to come back and step in and give our offense a little bit of a lift going against those guys. So I see more of a target of not this week, but the next week, but we'll see and pay attention to what happens as this goes along, because Christian McCaffrey, we saw the lack of running game that we had against the Saints. Christian McCaffrey is a factor and a guy that demands 20 to 25 touches a game. How will this affect the offense when he comes back? We will find out because somebody's going to lose touches. Is it going to be Mike Davis? Of course. Is it going to be Curtis Samuel? Maybe, maybe not. You'll see what happens. We need Curtis Samuel for third down. Is DJ Moore going to get a lot less love like he was in those first 2 games? You know what I'm saying? What happens and how do we ingratiate him back into this lineup when he returns from injury? But all signs seem to point that he will be returning soon. How soon? That'll be a determining factor as the week goes on. Next topic I want to talk about personally is Teddy Bridgewater really starting to shake off the game management title? Because I know the Saints defense is bad. Let's go ahead and get that out the way. And I don't want to overreact because we've seen Teddy against the elite defenses like the Bears and the Bucks struggle with turnovers. However, he has opened it up. He did hit the long ball to DJ Moore yesterday against the Saints, even though DJ was wide open. But at the same time, we've seen Teddy Bridgewater miss DJ Moore on wide open passes before because he wasn't even looking at DJ. It wasn't even looking deep. So kudos to him for actually looking downfield, literally taking what the defense gives you because they gave him a 74-yard touchdown pass. Teddy took it. But yesterday, we played a team that's a top 5, top 10 rushing defense. So we knew the running game was going to be tough. We only ran the ball 14 times, guys. We didn't have the ball much anyway, but the offense looked great. Teddy Bridgewater looked fairly comfortable. This is a game that we decided that, hey, this may be a time in an instance that we don't need to run the ball at all. It's not even try. What's wrong when we have to because their secondary is so bad. Let's put the ball into Teddy's hands. So if the coaches feel comfortable enough to put the ball in Teddy's hands to throw the ball 28 times compared to 14 runs, that's a big gap. We passed the ball twice as much as we ran. That's saying something, guys. Let's actually take a look at what Matt Rhule said in his press conference today about this style of offense and how it's more of a pass first and how much faith they have in Teddy Bridgewater.
So, I mean, it just felt like one of those games based upon the way they were playing, based upon the way our guys were playing. It was going to be like, plays through the air. Felt like it was like one of those games. It was going to be, hey, throw it and then mix in the runs. Thought Mike played well. We hit him on a couple passes. He made guys miss, but it just felt like one of those, hey, let's throw the ball. Obviously, the big play to DJ, which was a quick drive. But nothing particular about the run game other than, we're kind of one of those, hey, get the lead and then run the football type teams, more of a pass first. And obviously could never quite get the lead. We were always kind of chasing from behind.
And as you can see, like I said, it seems like Matt Rhule really has faith. I mean, I don't know if it's a college mentality or just how Joe Brady works, but we're passed to set up the run. We pass to get a lead and run to bleed the clock out. From week to week, it may change the game plan, because against the Falcons, Mike Davis was running so effective. We ran the ball a little bit more, but we also did pass a lot too. But if they have confidence to make this a passing offense, even with Mike Davis or Christian McCaffrey, they decided to put the ball in Teddy Bridgewater's hands. It says a lot about how the coaching staff feels, and I'm not a huge Teddy fan, but he's starting to convert me. He looked pretty cool, calm and collective and confident out there. I know people want to get on him about taking that last second, not getting rid of the ball, but it was a tough scenario. He hadn't been sacked all day, so for him to get sacked on the last offensive play of the game might have been a kind of a shocker. He wasn't expecting pressure that fast, so it was tough to make a decision without either getting an intentional grounding or throwing an interception. So I think maybe Teddy will get better as the time goes along. Like I said, if we can get a tight end and give him a little bit of a safety blanket and a big target in the middle of the field, it may help take Teddy's game to the next level. Teddy has been very consistent. He's going to complete a high percentage of passes. That's just the way this offense is set up. Since we're a pass first, we use the short passing game as a substitute for the running game at times. And that seems to be something that Teddy is comfortable with, nickel and diamond. We know he's been good and known for throwing checkdowns and stuff like that, but we also see him throwing more deep passes, and I would like to see them incorporate that even more because we definitely have the guys and the speed to stretch the field to the point where the defense can't key on one receiver. So we got to get it in Teddy's ear that look downfield, man. Some of these guys are open, so take advantage of it. But like I said, it seems like Teddy is starting to shake off that game management title that a lot of people want to stick him with for his whole career. Last but not least, let's talk about the defense and how much it struggled. Now, this was a shock to our system. We know the Saints' deep offense is pretty competent, but at the same time, their top 2 receivers in Michael Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders were out. And even though the Panthers were going with, of course, Rasul Douglas, their best corner, being hurt and not playing that game, and Dante Jackson and Eli Apple fighting through injuries and just now coming back from injuries, you have to like on paper that the fact that they don't have good receivers and you don't have your best corners out there, you got to like taking your chances, but it seemed like the Panthers were playing too soft on the outside and multiple times just gave up deep routes and deep intermediate out routes because they gave too much cushion to guys who haven't really proven themselves in the NFL. They can put fear into your hearts. You know what I'm saying? You got to get respect. I mean, you got to make these guys earn your respect in the NFL. Michael Thomas, Emmanuel Sanders, They are established weapons. They have earned the respect. But Callaway and Deontay Harris and Roquan Smith, those aren't proven guys. You got to make them beat you. You know what I'm saying? Don't let Alvin Kamara beat you, which they did. They gave up the short routes, didn't tackle well. You know what I'm saying? You take your chances. You take risks. You get in the guy's face and play man-to-man on these receivers. And if they beat you, they beat you. You know what I'm saying? You live with that. But you don't live with them playing completely off, playing zone coverage, which Drew Brees loves. Because we obviously have seen Drew Brees has not been comfortable out there without Michael Thomas. But you're making it easy on him when you play that soft and play a soft zone. I was disappointed that we didn't play aggressive and didn't play that man coverage and we didn't force any punts. That's very disappointing. Bad tackling has been a story of the season, and when you're playing a team like the Saints, tackling is key. In the running game, stopping the run continues to be a problem. We did a little bit better in the second half, but we got gashed. Gashed, you know what I'm saying? Big runs from Kamara, big runs from Murray, giving up over 100 yards. This is a problem. This is a problem because we have the Falcons coming up with Gurley where we gave up 166 yards in the first time we played them. So tackling is key, especially for a big, hard-nosed running back like that. I want to see this defense bounce back this time against Matt Ryan. It's going to be tough because Julio Jones will be back. Will Rasul Douglas be back from the COVID list? I don't know. If not, it smells like trouble. It smells like trouble. So that'll be something to pay attention to going into this Falcons game. However, thanks for guys watching, guys. Let me know down below in the comments what you thought about some of this stuff, and I'd love to know your thoughts about any of the topics we talked about today or anything you found interesting about this week for the Panthers. So without further ado, like I said, I'm Aaron Duncan signing off with the Necessary Bluntness Sport Talk. Make sure you guys are subscribed. I'll see you next time. Peace.